Jemele Hill actually had the nerve to call other people stupid. She said the stupid people win. Jemele Hill, please hear me out. If you ever watch this video, please know you're one of the stupid people. Hello everyone, this is Raquel here with the Raw Report. Welcome to my channel, or of course, welcome back if this isn't your first time. Thank you so much for joining. Before we get into this video, I have to say something, you guys. Thank you for all the new subscribers, and also just for the positive comments that you guys are leaving on my videos. One of the things that I wanted to do on my channel was show you why I formed the opinion that I formed and be informative. If you're not on these other platforms, or if you were unaware of what's being said, or you just wanted proof or whatever, I wanted to provide that. And that's really my goal, is to try to be as unbiased as possible. Now, I'm not perfect, so I'm not trying to tell you guys I'm never unbiased and I don't have biases, because I do. But I am doing my best to try to give you guys quality videos. I mean, my quality is going to get better, but when I say quality, I'm speaking of like the content and the context of where I'm coming from. So with that being said, thank you for everyone who's like subscribing and just being so kind and positive. It is motivating me to get more videos out. So before we start, go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and of course share if you like my content. Truly appreciate you guys. I'm an emotional person, but I am very humbled. Probably because I've wanted to do this for such a long time. Sorry, I'm getting emotional, but I wanted to do this for such a long time, but I didn't want people to misunderstand me, or I was too worried about what people would think, and that's just not what you're supposed to do when you're creating content. So I had to grow up a little bit myself and just get tougher skin. And I'm gonna be honest, being a Caitlin Clark fan with this season in the WNBA really did toughen my skin, where people were saying very mean, nasty things and assumptions about me, and it made me just like, plus I'm gonna be honest, in my last video, like how Caitlin handled it. And I really meant that. Like, seeing that this girl at 22 years old is getting so much hate and so much people against her, and how she handled it and how she conducted herself, I'm just being honest, that motivated me, like, to be like a little bit tougher skinned and be above it all. So I'm sorry for the emotion. I just want to say thank you, and then we're gonna get into this video. And if you want to skip past this, trust me, I understand. So with that being said, this video, I'm really tired of giving this woman any kind of attention, but it was time. Jemele Hill, she's not smart. She's not smart. She's one of these women who come off like she's very smart, educated, articulate, and do all this. Now, a difference is people are gonna be like, oh, she is smart. Book smart and being smart is two different things. You can be book smart and actually still not be smart. Or you can be book smart and you can play dumb, or you can have your own point of views that are skewed based upon whatever you choose. Jemele Hill has been dedicated to this entire WNBA season. Prior to Caitlin Clark, she never cared. But again, as I said, she's part of the clique of people who got involved with the WNBA, not because they like the sport, not because they like the skill, not because they actually watch, but because they were going to humble Caitlin Clark, right? And they couldn't understand how this, again, white girl was getting so much attention from a league that was mostly Black dominated, pardon me. Funniest part about this is that they didn't support these players before. And they don't really support them. It's just more or less like they're supporting these players out of the mere fact to discredit what Caitlin has done. So she has been on Twitter and she makes all these irrational tweets. She does all the race baiting. She does all the divisiveness. She stays trying to compare something that happened with one player versus Caitlin Clark. She even came after me once and said that I was trying to ask for people to worship Caitlin Clark, all because I simply said, how is it that the WNBA, and outside of her, speaking of Caitlin Clark, outside of her actual teammates and a few other rookies, as well as like some college players, congratulated Caitlin Clark for winning Rookie of the Year and everything. And then, like, hardly anybody in the WNBA gave her credit. And then when there were a few people who retweeted it or given her any type of credit, fans attacked. I won't tell you who fans attacked, but okay, I will. Angel Reese fans were mad at even people who were just giving her credit for winning, the other WNBA players who were giving her credit for even winning the Rookie of the Year. So I said, like, hey, you guys want me to still believe that, there's not some animosity, there's not some jealousy, there's not some hate there. And then Jemele Hill, who I cooked before because she had said something that was very stupid and just ill-advised. And she had said, oh, you guys, Caitlin Clark isn't getting anything remotely like everybody else with hatred or being not experiencing what the other players are experiencing because she's never she didn't have to deactivate her social medias and things of that nature. And I was like, are you serious right now? Are you serious? So the girl is literally the most probably Googled person in WNBA women's basketball and walks around with a security guard. You really believe she's not getting any hatred and people are just kumbayaing with her just because she has a lot of fans who are for her? I am experiencing hatred from my own demographic of people who are mad because I'm a black girl who supported her. So you really think Caitlin is not experiencing any hatred because she didn't deactivate any of her social medias? Anyway, so she tried to tell me like I wanted her to worship. Nobody else was giving other people any type of credit or congratulations on winning any of the awards. And it's not true. It's just not true. But the fact of the matter is, then Jemele Hill recently gets on Sue Bird's podcast, which actually, Sue Bird, you got to do better. I guess you want your podcast to do good, but like you got to do better with your guests. Like kind of thinking things through. So she goes on there and she starts saying, oh, I get where Breanna Stewart is coming from. So Breanna Stewart and Sue Bird and whatnot. Breanna Stewart was like, hey, I won 4 national titles. You did, Breanna Stewart. Congratulations. You are an amazing player, great player, not taking anything away from you. But you played for UConn in a stacked team who recruits high, and that's not shocking. Caitlin Clark decided to stay at Iowa, and being that she stayed at Iowa, she wasn't in a school that was highly recruited players. But yet, she still took that team 2 times back-to-back to national championship. That's why Gino has a problem with Caitlin Clark, by the way, because his UConn team couldn't do it. And he has stacks. His players are stacked. They're usually the highest recruited college. So, yeah, like, if you're comparing that apple to oranges, because Caitlin Clark herself, not by herself because it's a team sport, she's being now put on this newer requirement, which is, oh, she can't be the greatest if she didn't win in college. She can't be actually considered a great college player or a great player because she didn't win in college. And then they're not like putting into context of why she didn't win in college. But it's actually super funny because when in any type of history of basketball or sports do people say that your college career, your collegiate career was the determination and determining factor whether or not you're a good player? I'll let you guys know when. Never. They just don't like Caitlin Clark. Once she was placed on the All WNBA First Team, they found a new goalpost. Oh, she's just not great because she didn't win in college. There's players who didn't go to college. So you're telling me Kobe, LeBron, a lot of these other players who are, I would consider great players, accomplished a lot, but they didn't go to college. They're not great because they didn't win in college. They didn't even go. So you're telling me that the several other players that have played in college who didn't win any national championships, they're not great, even if they're being multiple championships in the NBA or professionally? Do you hear your logic? And then the fact that Jemele Hill actually had the nerve to call other people stupid. She said the stupid people win. Jemele Hill, please hear me out. If you ever watch this video, please know you're one of the stupid people. You are actually such a projector. I don't think you realize that you're a stupid person. You're also a person who likes to lie and bend the truth because you also did not tell the truth about the viewership. You just lie. And then when you're not lying, you're making stuff up. And then when you're not making stuff up, you're actually just making things to fit your narrative. I actually used to respect Jemele Hill until this campaign that she went on against Caitlin Clark and the way she was viewing everything and all the rhetoric she was spewing out. It just made me see that she's actually a nasty person who is all about pushing agendas, and whatever agenda fits her narrative is what she'll push. She's just not smart. If you look at her and look at her tweets and things like that, like I said, she was never a fan of the other women of the WNBA. She doesn't even care about the WNBA. She cares about being very divisive and creating controversy. She's not the only one. Like I said, I've been very honest that there's a lot of black women who have chosen to be controversial and they don't want to be honest. There's women who have just been completely nasty, and no one gets to call us out on it. And when I say us, it's because, yes, I'm black. I know they've even tried to say that I wasn't black and I'm not black enough anymore because of being a fan of a white player. I said a funny tweet too, just throwing this in there, is that I don't know if you guys know who Dalton Connect is, but he's the newest rookie on the Lakers, pardon me. And he had just like a phenomenal preseason game, and I was just going crazy. It was just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work. And I was cheering on him. And then the next day I woke up, I was like, wow, I didn't get called all kind of names. I didn't get called self-hating and anti-black and all these different things that I get called in the WNBA just for being a Caitlin Clark fan. And then even if they try to say, oh, that's not what people do, they don't really do that. It's only if you talk down on black players. I am black. I do not go out my way to talk down on black people. Why? When I'm black, I support more black people and black players than anybody else because I'm black. But I'm not supporting ignorance. I'm not going to support or lie about a player solely off of the fact that I'm black or they're black. And that's why Angel Reese, even in her own right, has been elevated and pushed up. It's not because she's actually a skilled, good player, because again, Angel Reese was never spoken about at the levels of Caitlin Clark was in her collegiate career. She won a national championship, but her team, she wasn't even the best on her team in college. But you know what Angel Reese is smart at? Angel Reese is smart at getting herself seen. She used the moment against the best player in the world at the point in time, and the record-breaking holder, Caitlin Clark, for the collegiate level and being the best college player. And she made the little hand gesture. And when she did that, she was on people's radar. And it was smart. And you made yourself known. And I'm going to get in the video talk about Angel Reese very soon. But let's stick with Jemele. She's a part of the bigger issue that I have with the WNBA media, which is they're very unprofessional. They're very biased. They're all constantly complaining about new fans while also not understanding you need new and casual fans for the league to grow. They're not good at what they're doing. You guys, I really hope, my hope is that the WNBA cleans house. Because if they don't, they're going to lose the momentum that Caitlin Clark and these other rookies helped build and bring in, because it is so disgusting that a lot of people don't want to support it. And I don't blame you, because who wants to support a league that keeps telling you you're the problem as opposed to admitting that the problem is within? And a lot of the people covering the media is in fact black women, and they're not hiding their disdain for Caitlin Clark because she's white. I said what I said. Anyways, you guys, thank you again for your support. Leave your comments below, and please stop giving Jemele Hill platform. She even has a show coming on. I guess that's why she's been vocal about Caitlin Clark, because she's trying to speak to a certain demographic of people. I call them shea butter Twitter. She knows she's pandering to that group of people. The ones who are constantly bitter, the ones who are constantly miserable, come online, they look to complain and start controversy. They say hypocritical things. They don't even know how to comprehend basic skills, and they use everything that anyone else says, and they try to be divisive. They are just not smart people. And if you think I'm talking about you, then I am. Damn! Okay. Anyways, make sure you guys leave your comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace.